Good morning students. In our previous video we were doing cell referencing. In that cell referencing we have done relative referencing. What was relative referencing? Relative referencing we have studied that if we have to copy the formula from one cell to other cell, if we are copying the formula from one cell to other cell, the address of that cell was being changed. This we have studied and we have done practically also like this. C5, C6, C7, here C7, D7 plus E7, like this the formula were automatically changing. This was relative referencing. But today we are going to study absolute referencing. Let us see what is absolute referencing. It is saying that it is applied when a user does not want to change the value. User does not want to change the value while copying the formula with cell address to another cell. In that relative referencing, the formula was being changed automatically, but in absolute referencing, if we are trying that formula should not be changed, then we should do something, and that to apply an absolute cell reference, a dollar sign is prefixed before the row number. Like let us see here, formula C3 plus D3 plus E3, and before every word we are inserting a dollar sign, like dollar C3, dollar 3, dollar D, dollar 3, dollar E, dollar 3. Like this we have to implement so that the value should not get changed. Let us do it practically and let us understand more clearly by doing one practical. Now let us learn absolute referencing in a practical manner. Here in the screen you can see that I have created a table in which roll number 1 to 10 I have taken, name I have taken. There are 3 subjects I have taken: English, Maths and Science. These are the marks obtained by these students in English, Math and Science subject. Then maximum marks and marks obtained by the student. Just now in absolute referencing we have studied that if we are applying formula and if we are copying those formula, we want that the address should not get changed. Now here in this column, that is maximum marks, the maximum marks of each subject, that is English is 100, Math is also 100, Science is also 100. For each case, what will be the maximum marks? For every case maximum marks will be 300. Now we know that the maximum marks is 300, but if we want to obtain it by applying formula, here I have written it directly, but if we want to obtain it by applying formula, what formula we will apply? So let us check the formula. Equal to sum bracket, then address of this cell, because here I have taken maximum marks, address of this cell C3, D3, E3. Then we will close the bracket. Then what we will do, like this we will do. Let us erase first C3 plus D3 plus E3. I have taken all the 3 cells C3, D3 and E3. Now just now we have studied that for the value should not get changed, what we will do? We will do use sign of dollar. Like here we will use dollar C3, dollar C, dollar 3, then dollar D, dollar E, then dollar E, dollar 3. Now if we will press enter, it will give us 300. See here, you can see the formula here. We have applied dollar. Now if we will drag this formula to each cell, the address of this formula will not get changed. Let us see. See, in every cell 300 is showing. Now the formula is not being changed. Here also see C3, D3, E3 with dollar sign. In the next column also the formula remains same. In next also formula remains same. In this also, it means that in all the cell the formula is same. $C, $3, $D, $3, $S, $E, $3. This is called absolute referencing. Now, how much marks is obtained by this girl Kavya? How we will calculate? We will again apply the formula. This will be relative referencing equal to sum. We will put the cell address C6 plus then D6 plus E6. Enter. 287. Now here we haven't used the dollar sign. That's why the address of this formula will change in every cell. Here C7, D7, E7. When we click on other one, C8, this is called relative referencing and this is called absolute referencing. Hope that this one is clear to you all. Let us see now next topic, that is mixed referencing. When absolute as well as relative are mixed together, that also we will learn by using this type of practical work. Now our next topic is mixed referencing. Here it says that this type of cell referencing is a combination of absolute and relative referencing. It means that mixed referencing is the combination of both the absolute as well as relative referencing. While applying mixed referencing, either the row number or column name of the cell address in the formula is fixed. It means we have to use both the referencing, that is relative also, and one is absolute also. Like see here, you can see $F5. Here it is fixed and 5 is not fixed. Here 5 is fixed, F is not fixed, because in front of F dollar sign is not used. Here in front of 5 dollar sign is not used. Like this we have to study mixed referencing, in which both the referencing are being used simultaneously, or combination of both the referencing are being used. Let us see the practical part of it to make it understand more clearly. Now the same table we will use for mixed referencing also. Here you can see that the column percentage is left blank, and we all know how to calculate percentage of marks obtained. That is, the mathematical formula is marks obtained. Let us write here. Mathematical formula is marks obtained divided by maximum marks multiplied by 100. This is the formula for calculating percentage of marks. Marks obtained divided by maximum marks into 100. Now you can see marks obtained. Here in marks obtained we have used relative referencing, and in maximum marks we have used absolute referencing. Now if we are calculating percentage, let us see how we will calculate percentage. Equal to marks obtained. What is the address of marks obtained? G6. Here relative referencing is used, divided by maximum marks F6. We will not use F6, we will use the absolute referencing, that is we will use the dollar sign also. Or if we want to do some other process, how we can do? Let us write here 300. Now the 300 is the maximum marks and the cell address is F3. Here you can see the cell address F3. What we will do? We will write the formula equal to marks obtained G6 divided by this one F3, and we have to use absolute referencing. For using absolute referencing we will use dollar sign, then after we will put into 100. Now we will close the bracket. Here also we will put the bracket here in the first, then we will press enter. Now you can see the formula here, G6 divided by F3. Now if we will drag this formula to each cell, the first part, that is where we have done relative referencing, it will change, but the second part where we have done absolute referencing, it will not change. Let us do this. Some mistake was there. Let us apply once again the formula. Equal to G6 divided by, here we will use absolute referencing $sign, then after we will multiply it by 100 bracket closed. Now this is the formula. If we will drag the formula, only relative referencing will change, absolute referencing will not change. Let us check one by one. When we click in this cell, see here G7, in the first it was G6, in the second it is G7, G8, and rest, the remaining portion is not being changed. Let's see, and only G part is being changed. Where we have used relative referencing, it is being changed, but the absolute referencing part is not changed. Here we can say that we have applied both the referencing simultaneously. That's why this referencing will be called as cell mixed referencing. Hope that this one is clear to you all. Let us move to our next